For generations, their world was the valley, a rhythm of sun and moon, hunt and rest. Every rustle of leaves, every scent on the wind, a whisper of life and death. Wisdom was passed in the touch of stone, the heat of the fire, the stories etched in memory. Their days were bound by earth and water, a dance of survival and simple joys. Nights brought them together. Beneath the vast, familiar tapestry of stars, they found solace. Their history was written on rock, a testament to struggles, triumphs, and unchanging skies. The world was vast, wild, and predictable. Or so they believed. Even the chief, strong and resolute, felt the ancient pulse of the valley deep in his bones. Life's continuity was their greatest comfort, a promise whispered through the generations. The valley slept, cradling its inhabitants, unaware of the profound shift approaching. Each task, a ritual. Each day, a verse in the enduring song of their tribe. Their tools were extensions of their will, crafted with patience, honed with necessity. The river, their lifeblood, flowed without end, nourishing all within its embrace. Celebrations were simple, yet profound. A shared beat, a shared spirit. The heavens above were a distant canvas, for stories and myths, not for invasion. Then, the whispers began. Small deviations from the familiar path. The forest, usually a symphony, fell silent at odd moments, a deep hush before an unknown storm. The river itself seemed to shiver, its surface reflecting a momentary, unnatural light. The creatures of the valley, their natural guides, became agitated, their instincts screaming of unseen threats. Visions plagued the shaman, strange geometries and silent, observing eyes in the dark. The elders felt it first, a subtle tremor in the fabric of their predictable world. A star, too bright, too fixed, burned in the daytime sky, defying all known constellations. Even the elements seemed to falter, their ancient power subtly diminished. The children, usually fearless, now hid within the shadows of their parents, sensing the change.
No beast, no storm could account for this feeling. This was
different.
The strength of their hands, the keenness of their eyes, offered no solution to this unfolding enigma. The sky, their protector, their silent witness, began to betray its familiarity. A cold dread settled over the valley, eclipsing the warmth of their hearths. The vibrant tapestry of their world was unraveling, thread by slow, terrifying thread. Then, the sky tore open. What was distant became terrifyingly near. A shape, unlike any cloud, any mountain, filled their vision. It descended with a silent, terrible grace. It hung, a silent titan, above their ancestral lands, casting an omen of absolute darkness. No god, no demon from their oldest myths had ever commanded such magnitude. It hung, a silent titan, above their ancestral lands, casting an omen of absolute darkness. A wind, unbidden and unnatural, swept through the valley, an unseen hand pressing down. The very air thickened, charged with an unknown power, a breath held captive in a world transformed. A sound, deep and ancient, resonated from its belly, vibrating through bone and stone. Lights, not of sun or moon, pulsed from its depths, drawing intricate, alien patterns in the gloom. The wild things, once masters of the forest, became mere creatures of panic, their instincts overwhelmed. Survival became the only law. To hide, to hope, to simply exist beneath the impossible. A column of pure energy descended, piercing the earth like a spear from the heavens. The earth yielded, not to fire, but to a force beyond comprehension, leaving only void. Fear, primal and absolute, gripped their hearts. This was not the fear of a predator, but of annihilation. The giant structure stirred. A portal opened, revealing an abyss of unknowable depth. Silence returned, but it was not the quiet of peace. It was the hush before the reckoning. Survival became the only law. To hide, to hope, to simply exist beneath the impossible. From the darkness, a path emerged. An invitation or a challenge. They came. Not from the forests, nor the caves, but from the void between the stars. Their forms were alien, yet carried an unsettling grace, a silent power. Every breath was held, every muscle tensed. The valley held its collective breath. Their gaze, like pools of night, seemed to pierce through the very fabric of concealment. They touched the earth, not with aggression, but with a silent, probing curiosity. Defiance, or perhaps just sheer wonder, compelled one to break the silence. All eyes, ancient and unknowable, converged on the solitary figure. He stood, a symbol of his people, facing the infinite, with nothing but stone and will. A subtle tremor in the air, a sound like distant music or a forgotten language. The tribe watched, caught between the instinct to fight and the paralysis of the sublime. The weapon, once a symbol of defiance, became a gesture of bewildered submission. A hand extended, a gesture of unknown meaning. Was it peace or prelude? In their silent exchange, eons of separation collapsed into a single, terrifying moment. While one offered contact, others commenced their work, their purpose obscured. No words, only light, only the vast, unspoken dialogue of species meeting. Beneath the facade of contact, their true agenda unfolded, methodical and cold. He reciprocated, an ancient instinct to meet the unknown with a fragile bridge.
The connection broke. A torrent of alien understanding, glimpsed and then lost.
A spark, unseen but felt, passed between worlds. A moment of impossible connection. A silent farewell. A parting of paths, or a signal for what was to come. Their mission complete, their curiosity satisfied, they prepared to depart. The portal closed, severing the impossible bridge between their realms. The Titan lifted, shedding its temporary hold on their terrified, transformed world. Just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished, leaving only an empty sky. The silence was deafening. The familiar world had returned, irrevocably changed. He looked at his hand, then to the heavens. The truth of what he had seen burned within him. Proof remained. A scar on the earth, a searing memory in their minds. The sun set on a different world, a world where the familiar sky now held infinite, terrifying possibilities. They knew now. They were not alone. And the universe had just whispered its name.